Welcome internet users, we are here to discuss the situation in the Amazon and the removal of illegal mining in the region. We hope that this video can clarify and raise awareness about the importance of protecting the environment and preserving indigenous cultures in this region that is so rich and vital for the world. Let's start. As you know, the Amazon has been the victim of the growing greed of criminals, mainly illegal miners. In the last 4 years, the forest practically became no man's land, with the omission of the then Bolsonaro government, which is being investigated for the practice of genocide against the Yanomami people. The Indians are experiencing a tragedy. Hundreds of Indians have already died of hunger and disease. There are thousands in serious condition. At least 570 children have died of hunger in the last 4 years, without any assistance from the government, which has encouraged illegal mining, having recently visited one of them. The tragedy is caused by the action of prospectors, who devastate the forest, threaten the Indians, transmit diseases, scare away game and pollute the rivers with mercury, ending the means of subsistence of the indigenous peoples. All this happening with the connivance of the then Bolsonaro government. The new government, since the election campaign, had already said that it would not allow illegal mining to take place in indigenous lands. Thus, it articulates a great mobilization in defense of the forest and the people who live there. The operation involves several federal agencies, including the Federal Police, the National Security Force, IBAMA, FUNE, the Army and the Air Force, to deal with the humanitarian crisis in the Yanomami indigenous land. The FAB is installing an air defense identification zone and reinforcing suspicious air traffic control in the northern region of the country. The federal forces' forecast is to act on specific points, such as closing input routes for illegal mining, instead of massive oppression. President Lula called for the closure of airspace and river traffic over the Yanomami indigenous land. The Public Prosecutor's Office in Roraima opened a civil investigation to investigate the responsibility of public agents in the humanitarian crisis in the Yanomami indigenous land. The NPF wants to investigate the participation of managers and politicians in the lack of health care for indigenous peoples and the failure to comply with court orders. According to a report published the day before yesterday, the Ministry of Women, Family and Human Rights, led by Damaris Alves, would have acted in a criminally negligent way in protecting the rights of the Yanomami people. According to the document, in 2020 the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights expressed its concern about the invasions of the Yanomami indigenous territory by miners in the states of Roraima and Amazonas. Faced with constant denunciations of the humanitarian crisis experienced by the Yanomami and the criminal connivance of the Bolsonaro government, which hid the tragedy from the world and lied to the UN, even saying that everything was fine with the Indians, the current government denounced the case and has been taking necessary measures to resolve the crisis, assisting more than 11,000 sick and malnourished Indians. The ongoing operation includes medical assistance, distribution of food and an ongoing plan to expel the approximately 20,000 miners from the forest. Well, let's follow the outcome of this great operation that is taking place in the heart of the largest tropical forest in the world, victim of the actions of criminals, who have already deforested around 20% of the forest. We'll be back here with more information. If you liked the video, please leave your like and subscribe to the channel to receive more information. For now, I send you a big hug.